Sometimes I like to use furniture in unexpected ways. I have put sofas in bathrooms before. They tend to be the place where you hang out. Put an ottoman in there. Put a nice oversized chair. Use a dining chair instead of a little stool to sit on. And it's really nice when you think about the seating and being able to be comfortable in your bathroom. Try it.
I like to use a chaise in an unexpected way. People oftentimes don't consider a chaise when they're designing a room, but a chaise isn't quite a sofa and it isn't really a chair, but it's kind of like an oversized chair or a little short sofa. And it can travel throughout the house. Chaises look amazing in a bedroom, they look great in a TV room, they look great in a formal living room, a hall, or that unexpected weird space in a library or an office that you don't quite know what to put there. Put a chaise there.
I'm in love with ottomans. I know it sounds silly. I think it's underestimated. If you counted how many I had in my house right now, I probably have 10. How do I use ottomans? I throw them under coffee tables to pull out when people quickly need an extra seat or I want to get more comfortable. I put them under a Parsons table in an entryway to add soft goods and use when I need them. And I love to merge a soft ottoman around a regular coffee table. I can still sit books on that, but I can also get comfortable.
You know, everybody now likes to put the television really low down, and it used to be that the TV used to be 35 inches off the floor, but with these bigger screens, we're finding that our line of sight is much lower, and I have had luck using garden benches. I've done a couple of projects where I'll actually find a low teak bench and put the television on the teak bench and then put something maybe decorative on either side of it. And I do kind of like that because people like looking low down and it's actually much easier for your eyes to be about 24 inches, you know, from the middle of the screen. So I would say maybe using a teak bench or a stone bench, which, and again, it looks very natural. So I do like using those.
One design rule that I constantly break is rugs. I do them dead last. Technically, you should start a room with a rug because it provides a great base and a wonderful summarizing element for the entire design and for the space. Not me, last. I select everything and then I find the rug.
I especially love to break the design rule that says you can't mix design styles. Oh yes, you can. And you must. Any great designer knows that mixing styles just makes a room more interesting and more fun. One of my favorite rooms that I did where I mixed it up a little bit was using a farmhouse style table and adding contemporary art. Really, gone are the days where everything has to be matchy-matchy. I don't think you'll ever really see those days again.
I am constantly breaking design rules, but one in particular is scale. I like things oversized. I like to make it bold. If you're gonna look at it, make it bold. And it's key pieces like the sofa. You know, a large sofa in a seemingly small room is always deceptive. People go, oh wow, this room's so much bigger than I thought because the furniture's bigger. I've made it bigger. I've been able to put larger pieces in a space that you didn't think was gonna work.
The 18-inch rug rule, where like 18 inches from the wall all the way around, you need to have, you know, flooring, then the rug starts. I can't do that every time. And so yeah, that's been broken.
I don't feel that there are rules necessarily, but if there were a few I'd like to break, it would be thinking that we still take a long time hand washing dishes and putting our sink in front of a window. That's not necessary anymore. It's best to face the sink toward the action, where your family is.
For me, there are no rules, but of course there are rules in design that you learn through the years that nobody ever tells you about, that you just come across them. One thing is scale. Scale is so important to a room. Now, I will bend that rule. I will put in an oversized lamp because it's part of one of my signatures. So that would be the only rule that I would really necessarily bend, but it's just like if you have too many rules, then you're gonna get stuck. So have fun.
The next big thing in design is really something that's been around for a while, and we're seeing the need for the story. We're seeing the need to understand where our furniture comes from. We're moving towards obviously an environmental aesthetic, but also we are going back to handmade. We're going back to fine materials and how they're put together. And we want to know where the factory is and how these artisans, and they truly are making the pieces that we've put into our home.
One thing that's happening right now that I'm really enjoying is the fresh traditional. That's that spin on traditional lines and integrity, mixed with the cleaner lines, the less is more, but we still find a level of detail that's pleasing. I'm still hearing a lot of people speak about minimalism. I'd like to think that I'm moving toward maximalism, which is a form of design that expresses the way people really live, listening to what they want and allowing it.
The next big thing in design is the next project I'm working on, frankly. No, well, I think the next big thing in design is malachite. You're going to see a lot of malachite starting to eke into spaces in like dishware, in fabrics, in malachite prints. You're going to start to see more malachite green. That's the next big thing.
The next big thing in design. So I've been thinking about this a lot actually lately, and I have this vision that we're going to be moving toward these sort of matte gray or white boxes, living environments. And that concept behind it is that everything's really a screen. It's all projected reality, if you want to say that. And that through our iPhones, through our handhelds, through our devices, maybe even through the chip in our mind, you know, we'll start dialing up what our environments actually look like and have the opportunity to change those by the day, by the minute, by the hour.